Hey guys, welcome back to the X-Ring. So I'm still not sold on the 6mm Creedmoor yet. I'm out here at the range. I hope you guys are safe and healthy with all this C19 that's been going around. Stay away from people. So right at the range, there's no one out here. It's nice and quiet. I've got the Accuracy International here. Let's take a closer look. All right, so this is the Accuracy International case that you can order along with the rifle, and then there's the setup. So right here I keep the Kestrel. I've got the rifle itself in there. It's got the Night Force, the ATAC R7 to 35. Of course, I have my data book. And this one's in 6mm Creedmoor. This does have the proof 6mm Creedmoor barrel. I have the Thunder Beast CB muzzle brake with the Thunder Beast Ultra 7 264. I also keep some spare parts in here, Picatinny rails and whatnot, place for a user's owner manual. I do not have the Accuracy International cleaning kit and whatnot, but that's the whole setup. I have one training mag in the rifle right now, and what we're going to do is we're going to check this 6mm Creedmoor with hand loads and factory Hornady ELD match in the 108 variety. So what I did was I went ahead and loaded up. I've got some factory Hornady, and this is the 6mm in the 108 ELD match. So I haven't really done any load development, but I do know that 41 grains of H4350 under that pill is supposed to do really well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lab radar, I'm going to chronograph factory ammunition, then I want to see what it looks like with the 41 grains, and then 41.5. I've labeled it hot just so I know, but 41.7 is actually the max on that, or published max by Hornady. I haven't done any ladder testing or anything else. I just want to see what kind of velocity I can get just doing this. So we'll see what happens. What I'm going to do is I didn't bring the 6.5 Creedmoor barrel with me today. I'm just going to do 6mm testing, and what I'll do is I'll test it at 100. We do have a decent wind right now. It's 8 to 10 miles an hour. It is a full value, kind of blowing from right to left. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so first up is going to be the factory Hornady ELD match, 6mm in 108 ELD. So what we're going to do is I've got the lab radar set up. I'm going to go ahead and try to get us a 0, and then once I do that, get us some velocities, and we'll go from there. And to try to get a muzzle velocity, I'm going to go for the top left red circle. It's at the very top of the... Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go... If you look at the red bullseye targets, it already has impacts on it, but I'm going to go for the red bullseye center on the second one down. Okay, so it is nipping the bullseye. You guys remember, I just mounted this up, but it is nipping the bullseye. I did not get a velocity, which I kind of thought that would happen. Still no velocity reading. Gotta have something to work with. So 2884. 2884. I do have all 3 shots in the red. They are in the bullseye. A little bit of vertical stringing going on, but I was coming off the gun quite a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed one more in here to make sure that I can get a velocity. That way when I go to the hand loads, I know where I'm at with it. 2913. So we have 2884, 2913. I don't believe this is giving me any advantage over a 6.5 Creedmoor because it's such a lighter bullet. So let's go ahead and move up to the 41 grain of H4350. Like I said, these are just loaded to kind of STAMI standards. There's nothing funky about these. I didn't run them out to the lands and grooves. Nothing like that. And because I already have a little bit of heat in the barrel, like I said, my biggest thing is I want to get some velocity on this. What I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and just do 3 shots. And I'm going to go for the green bullseye, top target. Green bullseye, top target. And that's dead center in the bullseye with a speed reading of 2960. So about 50 feet per second faster than the average I was seeing before. with the Hornady. Let's see how this does again. $29.69. You can tell it's a little faster because it is a little higher on the impact. Okay, I'm going to say it doesn't really like that load. We're about to bust 3,000. That's $29.96. So, I mean, it's not bad. The group is not bad at all. I mean, it's still, if I had to guess just for those three, we're probably going to be somewhere around a 0.9 or something like that. A lot of vertical stringing on that one. But we're going to give it just a second, and then we're going to step it on up to the 41.5, which I believe is the magical load. Let's see. All right, 41.5 grains of H4350. I didn't load a lot of these up, but these are definitely going to be a little warmer. We're going to go for the next green target down. There's that magical 3,000. So I still have a lot of room to go because I was really wanting to get more into that 3,100 velocity. And I'm not going to be able to do it on this outing. I'm going to have to bump that charge up. $30.15. Yeah, that's a good shooting round right there. So that's going to measure somewhere around a half minute or so, if I had to guess. But 30-12, so very, very consistent velocities. I can live with that. So I'm going to put that data into the Kestrel, and we will, or the Strelok, either of the two, and we will go from there. All right, guys, so I just ran the data, and based on that 41.5 grain load, I'm going to go ahead and try to take a shot at 700 yards, see where it's at. It's calling for 4 mils, which is extremely flat, okay, especially compared to the 6.5 Creedmoor. Typically, that's going to be about 5 mils or so. Like I said, the weather is up a little bit, so what we're going to do is dial the 4 mils. We're at 4 mils. I think everything's pretty... Actually, we were a little high at 100, but it still should be the same because I haven't made any changes to it. So let me try this. We've got Jeremy on the spotting scope. I'm going to take 3 rounds, and we are going to try to hit a 10 by 10 steel with the 6mm Creedmoor. We do have wind up there, so we are at 4 mils. Based on what I'm seeing, about I'll hold 3/10 left, dead on it. 3/10 left. Wind's dying, so here we go. Really high. That's a good thing, because now that means I'm going to be somewhere in the 3 mil range. How high were we, Jeremy?
Almost 4 mil high. Come down about 7/10.
All right, guys, so now I am at 3.3 mils. 3.3 mils. I think the wind call was pretty spot on, wasn't it, Jeremy?
Wind is dead on.
All right, that was just a hair low, so I'm going to come up to 3.4 mils. I'm trying to get everything trued out, guys. So 3.4 mils. Holding 2/10 left. And guys, that is getting there quick. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to true up my data. I'm going to go ahead and get it at 3.4 mils. Guys, that's nothing. 3.4 mils at 700 yards, and that's getting there a whole lot faster than that 6.5 Creedmoor. So I think we're starting to get somewhere with this 6mm round. I do want to do some paper testing at about 300 yards just to see what kind of groups I can get, maybe at 500 as well. But I think this 41.5 is we're starting to head in the right direction. If I was at home, I'd go ahead and load up some more. Probably push that envelope, looking for more pressure signs, but everything that I'm seeing on here, I'm just barely starting to see a little bit of an ejector swipe, but it's not much. I mean, it's not enough for me to be concerned with yet. Let's see if we can get this thing to focus in on my hand here. All right, guys, so here's the back of the cases with that 41.5 grain load. Really no deep ejector marks, swipes, Primers are not backing out. Starting to square off just a little bit, so no pressure indicators. Okay, so that's good. I can still keep bumping that load up. All right, guys, so you have an idea of what kind of winds we're dealing with. I want you to look at these flags over here. Yeah, we have tons of wind today, and that's what we're dealing with downrange. 3/10 left, and I think that should give us the impact. 3/10 to 4/10. Oh, it's gusting now, so I hold 4/10. And that's an impact left side, so I'm sure you guys could see that. The recoil is very mild. Remember, I have it on the zoomed view so you guys can see it. That was not me shooting. That was someone shooting a 6.5 Creedmoor. You can see the dust trail that was shooting off to the right. I am going to switch modes here because this is actually the view that I'm kind of seeing here in just a second. Ready? All right, I have to apologize for the camera, but this is the actual view that I'm seeing it. So when we take the optical zoom off, you guys can see what I'm holding here. Now, I've got it dialed in at 3.4 mils. What I'm going to do is I'm going to zero my turret out to 0, and then now we're going to hold 3.4 mils. So looking at the target, there's 1 mil, 2, 3, and then we got 3, 2, 3, 4s right there on that hash mark. I'm going to hold 4/10 left, and that's an impact. So that's how you do that. That's how quick and easy it is. You guys are seeing very minimal movement out of this 6mm. All right, so before I start a stage, I kind of run through a mental checklist. Let's say you've got to shoot at 300 up high, 400 down low, 500 really low. First thing you want to do is think about a barricade position, okay, where you're going to be. I'm not going to need this bipod. There's no reason. That's why you have barricade stops. A lot of the MPAs and the other ones, you have movable barricade stops. Whether you take the bipod off is up to you, but on a stage like this, I probably wouldn't need it. Or if I know I'm not going to need it, there's no chance I'm going to need it, I'll take it off. That way I can get into a close position better. Also, if I have a hole that I need to poke through, I don't have a bipod that I'm trying to work around. I can go straight to it. The other thing you need to consider is that first target. This first target is going to be at 300 yards. So for me, that's going to be about 8/10 of a mil or something like that. If you're dialing, go ahead and dial in that 8/10. Go ahead and get your parallax set. All the things that you can do beforehand to save those seconds are going to save a lot of time. Don't pull the trigger too prematurely, okay? You can't miss fast enough. You guys have already heard that. Also, remember, when you change from one position to another, that bolt has to be open, or if it's a gas gun, then you're going to have the safety on when you move from position to position. So we'll start with magazine in hand, and we'll just let Rick say go.
All right, stand by, go.
So first target is at 300. I'm going to get in a good wide stance. I'm going to push into my barricade. I want to make sure everything's right. I use my left hand here to stabilize the rifle. And I missed, so I would then have to follow up. Then I'm going to move to a different position. Notice the bolt's open. I've already gotten that empty out. So from here, I've got some options. I could go to a high knee and support like this, which is pretty darn stable, or I could do this and get in a good position. So once I'm in position, I'm going to have to see which one kind of works better for me, which in this case, this one works pretty solid. So let's see if we can finish this up. And then 500 is going to be here. I want to get as low as I can on this, okay? I'm still pushing into my barricade. I'm braced up against to the right side. Anything you can get for support is going to help you a tremendous amount. So we're at 500. And that's it. So work through your mind the positions and how they work and what you've got to do, and you'll be that much faster when you're getting on target. I do have another round in here. I don't know what my hold is. I think it's, I don't know. Let's go 700. And 700 yards, I believe, on this rifle was about 3.6 or something like that. It was something insane with different ammo. Just missed off the right side. I've got one more round. and that's a hit. So work on the different positions, whether you can do that with a rimfire or a full-on bolt gun. Guys, I am loving this 6mm Creedmoor. I can already tell when I pull the trigger if I've missed or if I haven't missed, and that's not from the shot call, but actually being able to see that trace. Getting this bullet over 3,000 feet per second is the trick. So I am liking the 6mm. I think it was well worth the money. All right, guys, so today we're out at the range. I'm hanging out here with Rick and another R and a gentleman that brought us some food out here. He just wanted to check out the range. He's never shot past 500 yards except in the military a long time ago, right?
Yep.
So I told him, I said, what I'll do is I said, let's see if you can hit the 700-yard target. I've got him on the AI. He has never fired this. He's never shot a rifle past 500. This is 700 yards. We have him on the 6mm Creedmoor. And I said, well, I'll let you take a shot with it. Because he shared some chicken with us. Some Bojangles chicken back there.
Did someone? No.
Did someone say Bojangles? And look at this. We got sweet tea. All right, so hold on for just a second. Let me flip the camera around. Stand All right, sir, so you're going to take that magazine and you're going to insert it into the mag well. All right, go ahead and close your bolt. You are hot and ready to go. So there is a man still out there. It is suppressed, so you don't need any ears or anything. And we got a little bit of wind today, so what I'm gonna have you do is just hold a little left of center, you know, in between center and left edge. And when everything feels good, I just want you to nicely and smoothly pull that trigger. We got his dope dialed in at 3.6 mils. On you, sir.
Just over the right shoulder.
All right, so let's rack another round in it.
You shot right here. Right here.
And close it. Now, we don't want to do headshots.
I was left.
Okay, now, okay, yeah.
Your bullet's flying with a little bit of wind.
Now, are you aiming center of the target or?
Yeah, center of his shoulder, like up on his shoulder.
Okay, well, the heat
Center.
has come up, so we're going to come down a little bit to 3.5. Let's try it again, and I want you to hold left edge of that target. Just hold left edge.
Get the line right on the edge of the plate.
Left edge.
Hold left edge of the steel.
I'm just under his arm, left edge.
There you go. Don't jerk the trigger. Be nice and smooth. I think he can do it.
He's going to hit it for sure this time.
And that is an impact. What'd you think about that? Soft shooting?
That was great.
I could see that bullet just go.
Yeah, so guys,
there,
there's a
You
lot
shot
of
right
wind
here.
out there right now,
Yeah,
but
That's where it hit.
yeah, that's the 6
On this
I was
millimeter.
shooting on the other side.
No, the bullet's coming in like this.
All righty.
I gotta do that one.
700 yards. Let's get him some more ammo. We got another
take.
take. So much. We are going to move him over to a 10-inch by 10-inch steel. So that's just a little bigger than an MOA at 700 yards. So what I'm going to have you do, sir, is go ahead and close your bolt. Now, at 700 yards, there's a blue steel out there that is 10 inches by 10 inches. 700 yards. Don't influence it. Don't jerk. Let the rifle do the work.
Impact.
Nice.
Dead center impact.
Now think about it. That's 10 inches by 10 inches.
That hit right where you wanted. That right where you had aimed.
Well, that's where you told me to aim.
Yeah, and you hit it. That was a great shot.
Thank you.
R squares.
What's up? Hope you guys are enjoying the fun. As you can see with this wonderful rifle, we're not even really getting out as far as.
Do they know this old man's pushing 80?
They do now.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Mr.
Bojangles. All right, guys, so there's that target in case the camera didn't come out. That was with the 41 grains of the H4350. Not a great group, so I think the rifle definitely likes the hotter. It must be on a node here. That's with the 41.5 grains of the 108 ELD match. I think I'm going to bump it up a little more, try to get closer to that 3,100 feet per second. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that video about the 6mm Creedmoor. I am starting to like the round a whole lot more, so I'm going to load some up tonight, and I'll see how it does later on. You guys take care. Like, share, and subscribe. We'll talk to you soon. Stay safe, stay healthy. Have a great week.